live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Dungeons and Dragons campaign that I started last year during the summer, and decided to take a break throughout December. And now we are back with these lovely folks. Um, I'll just let them introduce themselves and dive right back on in where we left off last time we did the sessions. Starting off with our lovely little cobalt friend, Don.
I'm Don. I usually go by Don Asmodan412. I've been a bit of radio silence, but I'm excited to get back into it. I am the bringer of the booms, and prepare for madness. That's that.
Next on up is our our lovely player, Jack.
Hey, I'm Jack playing Winley Sunninghill, the Halfling Badger Bard.
And last but certainly not least, a lovely player who plays our Dragonborn of our group.
Yep. Yeah. Hey y'all, I'm Rob. I'll be playing, as usual, Archan Silverscale, the resident Dragonborn fighter, Silver Dragonborn fighter. Uh, Definitely been looking forward to getting back into the campaign after the couple weeks hiatus for the holidays that we had. And as I recall, today is looking to be the last episode, if you will, of the season. So, kind of excited to find out what happens to all of our characters and what shenanigans we get up to.
Yeah, and we do have host in here, but he's currently not using his mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I miss anything? Being
Uh,
Castor Belmont and all.
no, not really. We're going through introductions back here. So, where we left off last time. Uh,
Not dying horribly.
not
Yeah.
dying horribly. Uh, brief things. Harky touched a mysterious box.
Mm.
There's been a huge murder mystery. And the players got a little bar, bed and breakfast sort of in. And they're currently renovating all that. I believe we left off with kind of right after, they got some mail. And we learned some revelations about Umwinley's past. Slightly.
We did? Oh my god, it's been so long I don't
Yeah, you
remember.
got a letter
Yeah, I
from
know.
some of your old colleagues.
Okay.
About meeting them up.
Oh yes!
Mm.
Yes, I was called to come meet, yes, some old colleagues of mine. Gotta go do that. Should we get right into it then and start there, or
Well, it depends on what you guys want to be doing.
I suppose I was asking my fellow players.
I think we're all just kind of hanging out at the inn slash tavern slash B&B that we're trying to set up, and that's when the letter came in. So I think Archan would definitely, if Wenley wanted to go meet her former colleagues, he
Yeah.
would be right behind her.
I do want to go. Yeah, would you like to come along? Or, maybe not. You don't have to, there's no danger, obviously.
Well, it doesn't seem like there's too much going on here, so I don't mind taking the opportunity to meet some of your old colleagues, if you don't mind.
Oh, and she kind of like mutters under her breath, "It depends," and then says, "Well, I wouldn't mind going on a walk with you anyway. I suppose you could amuse yourself elsewhere while I'm at with them, if." And she kind of acts like she's rethinking and not really sure, and then she just like takes her cloak and whips it over her back and hooks it around and says, "Well, anyway, let's just go."
Okay.
Yes, I must agree. We must find out more about what's going on here.
Well, I don't think this is involved in the mystery. I suppose they just want to see me.
Well,
So it probably doesn't hurt to ask. They may. Yeah. I don't know how long it's been since you've been in contact
I don't know.
with your colleagues. They may have heard a thing or two.
True.
well,
Depends on which company we're going to see. We all sort of keep in contact, but when you live on the road, it's kind of impossible
Yeah.
to talk all the time. It wouldn't be a bad idea to catch up, see if anyone's heard anything happening like this in other cities.
hmm, I must admit that meeting your colleagues would be an opportunity, but I feel that there may be some trouble in the town. You guys can go on ahead. I'll be searching around the town.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Sounds reasonable. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Don't know where Ellie is today, but I hope she joins us soon.
Hopefully,
Sound
I'll find
I
out.
believe. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sound plan. Let's
Sorry
do.
about that.
All
I'll
right,
see if
then.
there's any other crime scenes going on.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I believe Ellie was with the captain. Last I knew, they met for for a quick
Ooh,
meal.
on a date. I hope
Yeah.
that works out.
Well, I don't know if Ellie described it that way, but it definitely seemed as much.
Oh, come on. Between you and I think it would be good for her.
Yeah.
She's
So,
always got that sort of, noble distance about her.
Yes.
It'd be good for her to spend more time around working folk.
mm-hmm.
But so where are we off to meet your friends?
Well, I'm not really sure who we're going to meet, but
Yeah.
and I'll show them the address, and I guess we just start walking.
All right. So the address is for a little tavern up in the Seaward district, which is the
Okay.
upper left, if I'm right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, upper
So
left.
what kind of stuff is in the Sea Ward?
It's
Yeah, it's gonna be probably mostly sailors, the dock sides, fishmongers, probably.
yes.
Let's see,
It's kind of like how the dock areas, the dock ward is, but it's more of higher end merchants will be getting their stuff and processing it in, and um, usually there would be you would see five like medium-sized ships parked on the outskirts, transporting goods, valuables, all that sort of things. But the place you are heading is going to be more of the upper part in the middle of the Tokare Lane, which is sort of right here. If you're on the Roll20 map, so it's like almost near
Oh,
the
okay,
top
okay.
of the
Yeah.
of Waterdeep.
Okay.
Okay.
And judging by the distance, it will take you guys 45 minutes to get from where you guys are currently located to uh
That's cool.
yeah. And once you get there, you see a poster right outside the tavern of the address.
Okay. So it is a tavern. That
Yep.
makes
Yep.
sense.
However, you other than Unwinley, everyone else Unwinley and um Archan and um Harkey.
Me? Oh,
Yeah, so only person who wouldn't know it would be Caster, but you're not with them.
yeah.
You said um um everyone in the group at the current moment recognizes it, and like the people on the board on the poster, all the faces are really familiar, especially to Winley. You can't put names to the people on the board. Some of them you know a little bit more than what the other two would be.
Okay. So I do know them.
Yeah, you do know them.
Okay.
You personally know each and every one of them. Their likes.
Okay. All right. And this is an advert poster?
Yeah, basically an advert. Like, oh yeah, this is the
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Oh,
Cool.
like a playbill kind of poster, or just
yeah
like, or is it okay? It gets advertising whatever's going on at this particular
Yeah.
tavern.
Yeah. It's like a playbill.
Yeah. Okay. Where, just out of curiosity, so if Archan recognizes some of the faces, are some of the faces that he recognizes from the members of the troupe at the theater several weeks, well, in game, I think just like a few days ago, um, where the first murder occurred.
Yeah. Is it those guys or is it a different company?
Those were you recognize some faces. However,
Okay.
for Archan and Harky, you recognize at least three of these faces because these guys paid you to deliver a burrito before you came to Waterdeep.
Dwarfer
God.
eats.
Is this something I wasn't there for? You guys delivered a burrito for some
yeah,
Through a dangerous swamp.
when Harky and Archan became Uber Eats. Yes.
Okay. That sounds like an adventure.
Yes, yeah. I think Archan would go, oh gods.
Yes, it
Oh,
was.
those guys.
Yeah, that
Lily's not really paying attention at the moment. She's just like giving him a weird look.
yeah, that was a weird session, but out of all of them, that was the most fun that I ever had. That's because the premise was the stupidest thing I ever did, and I had an amusing time doing it. Anyway, let's continue on. So,
Okay.
you guys hear like the normal sounds of a tavern on the outside, like outside of the bar, and
Uh-huh.
however, things start to get a little escalated,
Oh no.
and you hear the doors swing on open as a halfling is tossed right on out, along
Oh,
with
so so are we playing Halfling Toss, the
Oh
new
no.
game of Waterdeep?
yeah, you see like a
I
halfling.
haven't even walked in yet. It's clear. I'm assuming it's not my fault. I haven't even walked in the doors yet.
Yeah, no. um, I will in just a second. In just a second. Um, along with Winley, you would recognize who this is, but
Oh no.
no, like you would see a robotic looking humanoid being tossed out alongside the
Okay.
along
So like a clockwork person.
kind of. It's
Okay.
as more natural looking elements, but
Hmm.
it looks like it was from a time of warring.
Okay.
Um, however, for
Winley just gives up. Oh no.
yes, and Winley, you would recognize both of these people.
Okay.
The little halfling I was tossed out
Yeah.
is currently all like drenched in alcohol and other assorted liquids,
Okay.
like you would normally find in a bar.
Like they've had several drinks dumped
Yeah,
over their heads.
yeah,
Ugh.
and she's cursing out the bar, like non-stop cursing.
Mm.
Some of them you would recognize as being only from the former tribe leader,
Troop.
Stiff, yeah, the head of the troop, Stefan Strongback,
Okay.
alongside,
My former troop?
huh?
Like the one I left when I hooked up with these guys?
Yep,
Oh shit.
alongside her, what you would presume to be her new co-owner of the troop,
That bitch.
War, who you would remember being, a more quieter part of the troop, who, you know, doesn't really talk that much. Um, pretty good person to be around, but
Yeah.
like good with numbers, but really very very silent. And you know that
Yes.
he is a warforged.
Okay. Is that like a word that they use for themselves, or is that like a word that other people use for them?
It's like everyone uses that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is what they are known for, and the warforged do, don't mind name because that's what they are fine with. So,
Fits
Okay.
the purpose.
yep.
God damn it. So Wenley for a moment you'll see her just eyes wide, looking like a deer caught in lights, just being like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And then her eyes narrow and she goes, oh, for heaven's sake. And just goes and grabs the other halfling and like hauls her to her feet and says, oh, well, still getting into trouble.
And you see that as you pick her up, uh, she's sort of calming down at the current moment, but she diverts her attention to you. It's like, oh, well, it's been quite a long time since I saw that face. Don't don't mind that.
Not long enough.
Well, I did not want to see you while I'm in, this situation. How about,
Well, maybe you shouldn't have put yourself in such a situation then.
Drunk.
well, it's all that bartender's fault. Didn't want to serve me more, and everyone in there is just, ugh.
Oh my
Well,
god,
by the
you
smell of
stink.
it,
Yeah, she's wrenched, like very, very wrenched. Like every known alcohol that you would recognize, she smells that.
Steva,
Oh.
what put you in such a state? Oh my goodness. Oh,
All the beers.
mm,
by
You
the smell of
stink.
it, you didn't need it anymore.
Mm-hmm. And what's the Warforged's name?
um, well, it's McIntosh. War McIntosh.
Oh,
Yeah.
like his name is War.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. And then she looks over and says, War, I expected better of you. Usually you were a little responsible.
You see, I had to, and he sort of, gets
What?
quieter.
Get some lubrication in your joint?
And like he sort of
Oh,
gets into the corner and just, sort of,
Brewed edgily.
yeah, broods in the background while, you sort of banter at him. Because you know that he is more of, a pacifist when it comes to this sort of stuff. And he's truly, looks distraught from all this. However, it's like, um, the halfling gets on up, you know, j- pats her down with like whatever non, sticky part of her
I
clothes.
will offer her my handkerchief.
Thank you. And like she passed herself down on all the liquids and all that to at least try to get all the liquids off. And how about we get some coffee from a little place that I know and discuss
Right.
things.
Sure.
And she leads you guys right up the street to another little cafe tavern place, which is a
Okay.
lot more quieter than the rowdiness that you just heard a few seconds ago.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Winley sits down looking very unimpressed, and there are kind of like nervous looks going between Stevan and Artan and Harky and just like current companions, old companions, kind of just like, oh man, I wish you two hadn't met. Oh boy.
Harky would sit down and then he would immediately space out.
Um,
It's just
I'm
your
having
vocals
the
going
worst
different.
trouble hearing you, Don. Is there a way to make you louder? I've already turned you up all the way.
Let me
And
check my system. Can anybody else hear me fine?
I hear you just fine.
Yeah,
that's so
I can
weird.
hear you. It does seem a little muted.
Mm.
Yeah. Hmm. I wonder, is there a way to universally?
Um, hmm,
I don't know.
that I don't know. Yeah, via Twitch maybe.
Not Twitch.
Yeah, that I don't know.
Alrighty,
Or you
everything.
mean on Discord?
Yeah, on Discord because I can't do anything on Twitch. Twitch is its
Yeah,
own thing.
okay, yeah. Let me
Um,
look. Voice
I'll,
setting.
I do
alrighty,
have you
so
all the way up, so
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. I just put my Discord to 100% volume on my end. Can't go any higher.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you can do anything universal
yeah.
communication call mode. No, I'm looking through. Yeah, I think it's what it is what it is at this point.
Mm.
From what I can see, I don't know if you as the GM can do anything more.
Yeah, I don't think I can do anything because it's more like a you thing. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, because I can hear both you, Amen, and you, Jack. The two of you I can hear just fine. So I
Okay.
don't know if it might be a similar issue to what I was running into with my own microphone. The last several sessions over
Okay.
the last few months. So uh, hence why I got a new set of earbuds with a new microphone.
yeah. So just I would suggest you guys just try to bump up his volume on your end.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
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 done that.
my volume's all the way up, so
Mm,
I can
alrighty.
hear you, Dawn. It does seem a bit muted. I don't know if you can get closer to the mic, that may help.
It's a headset mic.
Oh, okay,
yeah. So
gotcha.
anyway, let's pick up on where
Yeah,
we were just. So
yeah. So I think Archan would notice Wenley's kind of furtive glances between, him and Harky and Stefan and War, but probably not say anything now, so, just yet, because he's not quite sure what the relationship is. He doesn't want to overstep anything. He's just kind of as close to a slight smirk on the side of his face that can't be seen. So I imagine he's still kind of standing there, waiting to figure out where everybody's going to sit.
Okay. Wenley will make a point to take a seat next to Archan.
The Harky just
He would
takes a,
definitely he would sit right next to her. Wherever she sat down, he would sit there.
Okay.
On either side, whichever side was unoccupied.
Harky would take a seat and then he would immediately space out. Like his eyes begin drifting different directions.
while you do that, Harky, you do recognize this place as being fitted for more, let's say, smaller folk than what you was in the tavern that you were just looking at. So,
That's sizist. We prefer vertically impaired.
Yeah.
so while you
So basically, Archan looks like he's sitting at a children's play table. His
yes,
knees up to his chest. He's like, okay, yeah. Good thing I'm wearing chainmail.
exactly. And Stefan is currently staying on down. And she already ordered everyone a drink. Um, if you already didn't tell her, and she's like, so, see, you had joined a new troop.
Oh, well, more, they're not performers, you see. I'm more going into business for myself. A solo act, you might say. Well, not solo. I've got I've got a partner.
Hmm. Hmm. And she takes a sip.
I'm.
Hmm.
We're building a theatre.
Interesting. I knew that that was, kind of what you wanted when we all met. No.
Well, things happen. There were reasons to. Well, anyway,
Yes. Anyway, I sent you the letter to get
apologize.
apologize for all that happened and
Hmm.
want to give you, what your father wanted to give you. We met
Wait,
him a while back and he wanted to say hi and
is he here?
oh, he's going to be visiting sometime soon. And
Oh,
I don't know exactly when, but you know, from what he said to me, he sounded like he wants to try to get reacquainted with you.
Hi.
Yeah.
well, I haven't.
Thanks for the
Hey,
thanks for the PM, Jack.
Yeah.
poor.
Admittedly, I have kind of been wrapped up in Fire Emblem 3. How?
Oh no, I wouldn't have admitted it.
Archan would look up and go, Nora, what? When did you get here?
Oh, hey, have a seat.
So you see this flying person right outside the door with her second
Nora
powers to
just
know
kinda
where the plot
lands.
is.
Yeah.
We are sitting with a sheepish looking Warforged and a halfling who looks like they've recently been doused in several glasses of alcohol.
All of them.
And
Various
tossed out,
varieties.
yes, and tossed out of a pub, who has been dried up a little, but is still not dried up, if you know what I mean. And and Wenley has a very disapproving attitude toward this other halfling. And then so she hops up and gives Ellie a big hug and brings her over a chair and then sits back down and says, "Well, I don't know how well that's going to go. I haven't yet found myself a proper profession yet, but I'm not on the road anymore, at least."
Yes,
Technically.
yes. I'm glad to hear that. I know that when you left, things were very weird for both the tribe as well as our hometown in
Mm.
general, especially with your father.
Ah. Mm.
So I'd rather not try to open up that wound if possible. As this,
Oh no, there are plenty of other ones to pick at.
yes, I thought since we ever since you sort of left from that one bar in Bear Desk, we haven't really heard back from you. And
A lot's happened since that stay. A lot's happened since then. There was, oh god, it was awful. There was this attack on Green Rest. You heard about that, yeah?
yeah, it's like all the cities have been in
I
immediate.
was there, see, I was there. It was
Oh,
awful. There was fire and killing, and since then we've just been, trying to find some sort of place to be. There's there's someone who needed my help, and well, sometimes you just have to. You've got to do what you've got to do, and that's just that.
Yes.
So I won't be coming back if that's what you want to know.
Well, after the things that happened,
Not anytime soon.
like
Get fucked.
I do not expect you to ever do. All I just want to do is see how you're doing, and just make sure that you are doing well. And I'm glad to see you know. And she looks over to the the Dragonborn. I see that you met a new person here.
Uh,
I don't normally see a Dragonborn, especially after what happened in the village a while back. Some drunken Dragonborn have come on through there, and it was quite a mess.
well, that's silly. They're not all the same, you know.
Yeah.
I've
Hmm.
have all
I
these.
think Archan would furrow what passes for eyebrows at that comment.
Well,
Just kind of stare at Stefan. Probably putting down whatever was whatever drink was ordered for him. Having been sipping it, he would set it down and just kind of furrow his eyebrows at Stefan.
Anyway, it's not just Dragonborn. You know how soldiers get. It's just, and after the state we found you in,
oh,
you're not exactly in a place to cast judgment on others now, are you?
well,
With all the unbecoming images of halflings around,
Oi!
certainly. Some halflings. My apologies.
Hey, let's be fair. There's some aristocrats out there like myself that aren't exactly the nicest of people either. I should know.
This
I'm
is
related
true.
to
And we know what kobolds are like.
Games.
Is Arky paying attention? That's more of a joking jab, big brother to little brother from Archan.
As soon as you say
Probably
kobold,
elbows
he
him.
as soon as you say kobold, his gaze just immediately snaps back and he pays attention.
well. Anyway, I just wanted to see how you were doing. Make sure you knew that your father might be stopping by very soon, and
You said you had something for me from him.
yes, two things actually. And she brings out a letter and a pocket watch.
Oh,
The pocket watch is what you would recognize as your family's signet, like
oh
on the
wow!
cover. And
So it's
like
my father's pocket watch, or is it a new one?
it is from what the look, like the details and what it looks like. It is your father's because your father
Okay.
is kind of a big deal in your family. He's currently
Okay.
the. I don't want to get into too much detail, but you do
Okay.
recognize it as being your father's.
It's his. Oh my goodness. Winley sort of, uh, clips it onto her bodice and, slips it into the little watch pocket
Yes.
and says, and takes out the candy that was in the watch pocket and puts the watch in there instead.
And
says, "Oh, thank you. I don't know why he would send me this, but thank you for keeping it safe."
and he also wanted me to give you this, and he hands you a
Right.
letter.
Okay. She kind of frowns, but doesn't want to read it right now and tucks it away.
Alrighty.
I don't know the situation, but why did Wenley's father trust you with this letter and this pocket watch?
Oh,
Winley quickly tries to avoid the question.
Eleonora just folds her wings and kind of looks away awkwardly. Because she knows shit about to get real.
He has no idea what's going on. It's like this is social ineptitude at its best on Archan's part. He has no idea what the relationship is, so he's like, "Who are you?"
Well,
Eleonora
Eleonora kind of
together. That's all he knows.
Yeah, Eleonora kind of knows the way that this knows the way station goes, so she's just kind of looking at me like, oh boy.
She looks towards Winley, and like giving her like, should I tell him, kind of look.
Harky is going to take a wild jab in the dark.
Oh God.
Something tell me. You noble.
Wait, what did Harky say? I couldn't hear.
I think he just got a call. I think.
Yeah, I think he said something about assuming that there's some line of nobility on the with the Sunninghill family.
Mm-hmm.
Willie kind of looks back at Stefan and just sort of shrugs defiantly, I don't know.
Well, you see,
Marvin.
you see, it was more of, let's say, we were more than just business partners. And leave it at that.
What? But I've left the troop.
Yes.
Eleonora's just gotten her glass of tea and is just quietly sipping it to herself.
Well, if there's, from what I heard from him, he should be coming any day now.
Oh, no.
I know that, the last thing you want is to be hearing from him. Especially, I heard rumors that, you have adopted some young ones.
Oh, yes, in fact. That's why we've settled here in Waterdeep, you see.
Yes, well, with your father, you know how he gets with, prejudgmental,
I know.
outsiders. Especially, Fays and all that.
His stern disapproval is nothing new, Steph.
Well,
don't worry about that, Winley, dear. I know how to deal with judgmental parents.
Oh, you do? You would. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to deal with judgmental parents. Fireball, oh, wait. Nope, that bad.
Hockey, no.
I believe a more diplomatic approach might be in order, Hockey.
Yes, let's avoid the trigger-happy responses for the time being.
Well, let's see how much he tests my patience. I'll let you know.
And then Archan would lean into Harky and try to whisper as quietly, but keep it in reserve, just in case.
Yes.
Harky will give a firm nod.
But anyway, just make sure that, he tends to get a little more, let's say, harder than, other.
Before?
Yeah. He's kind of gotten, a little more stern in recent months. So,
Again, preaching to the choir.
Yeah. Well, I've done very well for myself. As it happens, you might be interested to know we have a tavern over in Troskull Alley. It's a very nice neighborhood with very nice neighbors, all sorts of good people. And I'm building a stage. Oh, he won't like that. But, well,
yes, yes. Well, if anything happens, we're going to be staying here for quite a while. So, make sure, if you ever need
oh,
some.
really? I thought since I cut you off, you'd be moving on.
Well, some of us in the tribe still feel slight anger towards what happened, but I still kind of want to at least have some sort of positive relationship with you, no matter what happened in the past.
Oh, Winley just kind of rubs her face and goes, I don't know, Steve. I miss you, all of you. But I. All right. Some sort of something.
Yes, it
I.
doesn't have to be what we had before, but certainly not going to be, something bad. Friend? And she reaches out.
Oh. Winley hesitates. She's like, oh, I don't know. And then she's like, well, we'll see. And shakes.
And you see Stefan just nods. Well, it will be nice seeing you again. I have to get on back and try to get the troop back together.
Right.
We have a performance tonight.
Oh, listen. Oh, God, what was his name? The guy that got murdered.
Um,
Can't remember his name. Well, she'll say his name and then say, has
Yeah, like the main guy at the play
Yeah.
at the playhouse. Yeah, the one that got murdered.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have my notes with me.
And I never wrote that down.
And she'll say he's been passed away recently.
Hmm.
It was a bad end. You should send your condolence to his widower.
Yes, I will. He was quite a great actor in our little troupe, and it's sad
Yes,
to hear that he went away. I just heard the news the other night, and
I was
It's a faint
there.
smell.
But we're still trying to find out what happened.
yes,
Well,
We
I
have a
tell you,
few leads, but
we do.
and with that,
But I suppose you've got lots of other things to think about, so we should be going.
yes, all right. Now, as you guys exit, you guys hear a scream in the distance.
That
crap.
that was poor timing. I have to leave for a family thing.
Oh.
I'll be back in like an hour because it's a round trip drive.
All right,
Come on.
Uh,
all right. See you around, Don.
yep.
Oh, Don has to go? Oh,
Yeah,
see you.
Family
See ya.
shit.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see you, man.
See ya.
Hopefully, maybe we'll still be on.
Yeah.
Maybe.
See what happens.
Upon hearing the scream, Eleanor just gently sets her teacup down and then quickly gets up.
Yes.
Yeah, and upon hearing the scream, Archan would do as opposite as possible. he would jump up, throwing back the child chair, the basically children's table chair that he was sitting in, and reach for his axe, kind of put his hand on his axe. Is like, okay, where did it come from? Where did it come from?
And
I,
every
Arjan, I understand that such is your instincts, but before we leave, please straighten up what you've knocked over.
Nope. He'd go. He'd probably pause. Wait, what? Oh, my apologies. My apologies. He'd reach down, pick up the chair with one hand, and put it back, and say, "Is that better? Okay, let's go. Where did that come from?"
and everyone in this call has heard that scream, including Logan. Your
Oh
yeah,
no, who is
cat.
it?
Um,
Oh yeah,
Marvin.
yeah. Um, while you were outside, you do
yeah.
hear a faint scream off in the distance, and
What in the world? I don't like the sound of that.
as you look around, and as all three of you who are in the bar currently, as you guys look outside, what was once a shiny, normal 2 p.m. Day has suddenly turned dark.
Uh, oh no,
Weird. Who
Crap.
this is
was it
not
that
good news.
screamed?
And you see right on top in the sky a big purple, um, purple blue sort of mystical looking crack alongside dark thunderclouds start to form around um, the town of Greenest. Or
Oh
Waterdeep.
no, this is not good. I better find the others and quick.
And
And also, as I say this, I take out my long sword, or just to repair if anyone tries to strike me down, and who is not friendly.
alright. And yeah. And the source of the screams is what you is currently a man or a woman who's currently on the ground in front of a man who's trying to, doing a ritual, and you would recognize he's holding the same sort of weapon that uh, the other murders had happen.
Am I seeing this?
Yes, everyone who's in the general facility, because I would presume that you were nearby. So this would be in the sort of the street of the Springing Dolphin that's sort of connected to the lane. And um, yeah, you see a man in all garbs, presumably uh, like a cult member, holding the weapon, and he is going to be, you know, has trying to, murder this woman.
Do I um? Can I take out? Can I attack this
Uh,
from him?
can you repeat that? You just cut out and joined back then, I think.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened either. Can I take out my long sword and strike down on at the person that's trying to use the weapon?
Um, you're currently too far away. Oh, do me, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception. What do I use to find that?
It should be your
Oh,
past.
here we
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Perception.
Passive perception. That's a 12.
A 12. Then this um with what your instincts say, um, as a blood hunter as well, so I'll give you a boost in that. You would recognize that this will be a kind of um, a long way to, you won't be able to possibly get there on time and save the woman from being attacked unless you use a ranged weapon.
Uh, I do have. Oh yes, I do. I do have a crossbow, a hand crossbow.
Yeah, and this goes with everyone else here as well. Is that you would recognize that, timing wise, with a attack, how fast this weapon goes, you'll have quite a while to try to get to to the person and attack. Each one of you have like at most 30 seconds to get there.
Wait, so someone is trying to kill someone using the crushing weapon?
Yeah.
Doesn't that kill people like pretty bad right away?
Yes.
Okay, so you mean we have a little time to catch the murderer, not to prevent the murder?
No, to prevent the murder, because she's still alive.
Oh, and the weapon hasn't been used yet.
Not yet, but it's about to.
Oh, okay. Do we know the woman that's getting attacked?
No, she's just a generic, florist.
To us. Okay.
Yeah.
We must hurry. Hey, everyone, let's take out our ranged weapons and stop this murder from being more deadly.
Okay. For those who want to try to attempt something with a melee, roll me an acrobatics. And if you want to do a ranged weapon, just roll and try to hit.
All right. Would I be at least 60 feet away from it?
Yes. You will be 60 feet away from it.
Okay, then I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to stop him with vicious mockery.
Alright, go on ahead, try.
Uh, vicious mockery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was thinking about taking out my hand crossbow. Oh, and before or he has a chance, before the murderer tries to use that weapon, and I just take out my hand crossbow. And try to shoot him in the shoulder or of the firing arm.
Well, okay. If this works, it's going to be a lot harder for them to fight back.
Alright. So, let's first do what host wants to do. Because
Okay.
all this is sort of happening at the same time. So, host, you roll. And
All right.
And since you're
And
aiming,
I got.
oh, go on.
All right. So my range for this is 30, 120, 30 by 120 feet, 30 feet by 120 feet, and I've got on an 18 plus 5, that's 23 to hit.
Well, I heard 4 rolls, so I want you to re-roll that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this one.
Oh, hang on. I lost control of the dice. 11 plus 5, that's 16 to hit.
That still hits.
Okay.
Barely
and
hits.
how much? All right. So,
You're
do I have a
not trying to do this to harm the person, just trying to immobilize their arm, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
All right, so with that, you do still hit, but you immobilize the right arm, the not the arm that the weapon is attached to, but you do harm him enough to immobilize him for just a few more seconds. Uh,
Quickly, Eleonora, now's your chance.
Okay then. Okay then. Eleanor is going to call out, "Hi!" to this person. Person. Oh God. The problem with me using vicious mockery is that I'm terrible at coming up with mocking phrases.
Oh no. Better do your best.
let's see.
I mean, but I've cast it anyway. They do need to make a wisdom saving throw. That is a failure. My spell save is DC. They take 6 psychic damage and they have disadvantage moving forward. So what Eleanor is kind of projecting into their mind is doubts about whether or not they want to do this. So what she's going to say to them is like, you you don't very much look like a killer to me. Are you sure you want to go through with this?
And with
And then she sends that psychic wave into them.
and with that, we do see the cultist, fall on it to his knees. And does anyone have sort of psychic connections,
A psychic connection?
or like some sort of like you can sense anything out of the ordinary,
Uh, no.
Uh, you said psychic connections?
or like you can sense something out of the natural? Well, I mean, this is
Mm,
Dungeons and Dragons, so anything not human. That's from the outer planes. If not, then it's fine.
I don't think so.
All right. Then you normally you will see that
I'm still muted. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. Archan has a medallion of thoughts.
All right.
I have a medallion of thoughts, and as it reads, he can without expending a charge. At least this is Amen. You correct your ruling. While wearing it, you can use an action and expend one charge to cast a detect thoughts spell. And actually, I was reading it before. I can detect surface thoughts. I have to expend a charge to dive deeper.
yes.
I don't know how you want to play that. So he's got the medallion of thoughts. So after what I think Archan would see the cultist drop, and then probably he's been preparing to charge in, dash in, assuming that he can close the distance. And as soon as he sees the cultist drop, he grabs the medallion and just kind of hones in, trying to get surface thoughts.
All right. So once you
Not expending a charge yet.
um when you try to connect to the person's head, it is
Yeah.
very hard to concentrate. Um,
Okay.
like you feel,
Marvin. Yeah.
you hear, like you feel this creep in like 1,000 deaths, like going through you at once, like the utter evils going through you, as you try to read his surface thoughts before he falls right to his knees.
Oh, that sounds like mind control to me.
Yeah.
But afterwards, it's just nothing. You hear nothing. The man is still alive. Um, um, yeah, you hear nothing, but you like the man's still sitting there, all glazed over eyes, and he's just sitting there, nothing.
I think Archan would expend a charge of the medallion just to see if he could dive further.
You try.
So it's gonna, yeah, it's gonna be save DC of 13, Wisdom save of 13.
It doesn't even matter because
It doesn't. Okay.
he does. There's nothing.
It's nothing. Okay.
No
I
mind.
think Archan would probably be overwhelmed by that initial experience of overwhelming evil, and probably drop to a knee as well,
Yeah.
Eleanor's just looking around like
and then kind of grab his head.
Eleanor's just looking around like, well, I didn't think that spell was that powerful.
Yes.
Ugh.
It's just a base it's just a base something that I learned when Wenley was teaching me about
No,
stuff.
no. It's all right. You didn't do nothing wrong. I don't.
I mean, I'm glad it stopped him.
And what?
Archan would hold up the medallion and say, "No, it's this. There's something.
I'm gonna.
Something dark in him."
But obviously,
Yeah, this is not.
I'm going to approach the person. And Winley doesn't know about all this, all about the no mind, no thoughts thing. So she's gonna cast Charm Person.
Fails instantly.
Really?
Yes.
Like, I don't even feel them struggle against the magic.
Nope. No struggle. No nothing.
Oh,
Is it possible that I can approach the man and then draw the sword or right between his neck?
Like you want to slice off his head?
No, I mean in like take the sword, put it near his neck, act so that if he tries to make one sudden move with that weapon, and it's just gonna be a swift decapitation.
Sure. But he does. But he does not flinch.
let's summon the guard. No one's. We have to collect witnesses. We don't want to get ourselves in trouble.
And we might
True,
need
very
someone
true.
and we might need someone with greater magical capability than what we've got on hand right now to figure out what in the bloody hell's going on with this person.
The magic didn't even stick, not even a bit. I don't understand it. Oh, it's a pretty new spell. Maybe I wasn't doing it right.
Let's see what.
Or maybe there's nothing there to charm.
Well, Wenley is going to be pragmatic and just like wrench the weapon out of this guy's hands.
Yeah, you easily.
But she puts her skirts over her hands first.
Yeah.
Solid thinking there, Wenley.
Yeah. You easily, like, no effort at all, take the weapon, like even if you want, you can take all of his belongings, and
Yeah.
like literally he's just glazed over eyes, still alive, mind you. Like if you detect mad like life or anything, you do sense that he's still alive, but he's in a mental state of being.
Yeah, and Wenley will bundle the weapon up in her skirts and say, Archen, will you bind that nasty fellow's hands?
And Eleonora will go over to the intended victim just to make sure that everything's all right there.
Yeah. She is completely fine. Like she's already, she saw what you guys were doing. So she's more than happy to talk to the guards. And there's multiple witnesses as well. who like saw you guys helping her out, so you don't have to worry about
Oh, phew.
Yeah, I just mainly wanted to make sure that the victim was okay, both physically and mentally.
What
Yeah,
does
well,
that
that's
mean?
good news.
Yeah. She is currently fine, but currently she's a little bit more worried. Since he's now safe, she's a little bit more worried about the giant ass portal or crack in the
Yeah.
sky that's happening right above you guys.
Giant portal in the sky.
Yes.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. And
Oh dear.
currently it looks like it has stopped growing. All
Well,
right.
that's good news. Looks like, well, well, that's good news. I think this man and is responsible for this portal being growing. But now that we stopped him, this portal must have stopped growing. You guys go on ahead and get some witnesses. I'll make sure that he doesn't move a single bit and try to get some answers out of him.
And I'm going to get a closer. I'm going to get a little bit of a closer look at that portal, and up Eleanor it goes.
All right.
What? No.
So
Daisy.
let's start with host. Roll me any intimidation. Roll me an intimidation check.
Wow, good thing. I only have +1. Good thing I got a good roll because I only have a +1 for my intimidation. I got a 17 +1. That's 18 total.
All right. So you see him mumble, like faintly mumble some nonsense words, like portal. Yeah.
What are you up to? I bring the blade. It's closer and closer so that it touches his neck.
And it does not do anything. He's still mumbling, still dazed, out of conscience. But you do pick up
You're
a few things of gods, portal, and something about children.
Something about what?
something about children.
Sjogren?
Children.
Children.
Oh shit. I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
Alright.
Zone of Truth.
And yeah, what do you want? What does Zone of Truth does? So
I
It
think
creates a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range.
okay.
Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell's area must make a charisma saving throw to be deceptive.
Yeah, trust me. No, any
They
sort
cannot
of
speak a deliberate lie.
yeah. I would say up front, he's in the current state of any sort of roll. It's gonna be already in that one. So what do you want?
No.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, the save, you mean?
Yeah, any sort of save. So trust me, if it's something that you want to know,
fail.
Okay.
he already fails.
Okay. Now, it does say in the spell that a creature cannot be deceptive, but they do know that they have to tell the truth if they speak.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wendy will get down, like hunker down right in front of the guy and look right in their eyes and say, "Why are you here? Why are you talking about children? Tell me."
Test. Mandatory.
What sort of test? Speak clearly now.
The man. No, you see his head turn. Like, obviously, it looks like he's, knocked. Like, he has his hands on his head, like going back and forth. This is. Um,
No!
Oh,
I'm
and
gonna smack him on the
Eleanor
face.
hasn't heard any of this. He already flew upwards to try and get a look at the portal.
What?
And
Oh.
Eleanor's not able to hear any of this because she flew up to get a closer look at the portal.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And Archan, he doesn't even have his shield. I think Archan probably still has a shield on his back, strapped to his back, like he, as he typically walks around. He's got one hand on his head, and he's holding his axe as Wenli is kneeling down to this person.
Mm-hmm.
Just got ready just in case they make a move for her.
Yeah.
And then I think he thinks, Wenli, does any of your magic, anything that you can do, can you, this seems like it might be some sort of curse. Can you do anything about that?
I'm making him tell the truth, that's all. And even that is, I shouldn't.
You shouldn't what?
Well, I don't know how it stands as far as the law.
And is the detect thought? How long does that last? Remind me.
The medallion of thoughts.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Detect thoughts. Last.
Yeah, detect thoughts. Yeah, it's a detect thoughts spell, so I'd have to look and see how long that lasts. That's what a wizard's spell.
Duration is a concentration spell for up to 1 minute.
I mean, I can try to trick him. I can. Well, let me try to talk to him first, and then maybe. I have an idea. I want to see if he reacts.
Presumably, he is a citizen of Waterdeep. If so, as long as you don't harm him physically, as far as what I know of the law, tricking him is not an issue. Especially since he was trying to kill someone.
Well, I do expect that will go a long way, yeah. And she'll go back to questioning this guy and say, who is the test for? Is it a test for you or for them?
And how close are you to the man?
The guy?
Archan.
Like,
How close are you to the guy, Archan?
to Archan?
Yeah.
I think Archan would be within striking distance. Not, he's not standing, right behind, 6 inches away. He's 6'3", 6'5". He's got a long reach, so he's a few feet away, but still close enough that he could strike the guy with his battle axe if he needs to. If the guy lunges for caster, well, he's going to get a sword tip in his throat. But if he lunges for Wenli, Archan is far enough away to be himself safe, but close enough that he could intervene.
All right.
A correction, Archan, and I'm standing at the side of him, and the tip of the blade is pointing out, and
Oh, Okay. Oh, so you've got. Oh, okay. So Caster has the edge of his long sword against the throat.
Yep.
Well, okay. So, but I think Archan would still assume. Okay, Caster's got this. If he goes for Caster, Caster is a fighter. He knows how to handle a sword. He can take care of himself. But so Archan is thinking first and foremost of Wenli.
Oh,
Because he knows that she is not a fighter. She would rather avoid that, and that's why Archan's like,
she's like
no.
literally
If he
right in
goes,
front
what was that?
she's like literally right in front of the guy, like in his face.
Yeah, which is exactly why I think Archan isn't holding his axe by his side. He's got it, ready. He not to the guy's throat, but he's got it up so that he just has to do a quick, lunge if the guy tries to go for Wenli.
Um,
And then
But
meanwhile,
I'd say he's maybe 2 feet away. He's standing 2 or 3 feet away from the guy.
Oblivious Bird Girl hovering about 100 feet over everybody.
yeah, I'll get to
Yes,
Eleanor in
right.
just a second.
Moving into the portal.
Yeah.
Not moving into it, she's like stopped at 100 feet because she doesn't want to get like right up to it, but she wants to get closer to it where she can kind of get a better look at it with all of her various senses and training.
I mean, if we want to turn this into Call of Cthulhu and you go to Carcosa, that's entirely you.
Well, okay, so Archan.
She's not a fool.
Archan, are you wearing that pendant, the Tamora pendant, visibly?
Oh yeah, he would. Oh yeah, he would. Visibly.
Yeah, like it's outwards and it's showing.
Yes, he would have it out. I think he probably, and not because I think what happened when he pulled out the medallion of thoughts, the pendant of Tamara came out as well, and he didn't even notice it because I would imagine he keeps it under, his tabard, kind of keeps it covered up just because draconic gods and goddesses. Not sure how some people would react to it. Yeah. But yeah, it came out, so it's visible now.
You see the man. You're like, are you behind him or in front of him? That's a little question.
In front, I think.
Okay, so
I think probably in front. He's standing behind Wenli so that he can really intervene.
You see him slowly pull up one finger and points directly at the thing, at the pendant of Tamara. And he does see him and like snap his head back and just slumps over to the side, completely passed out and like can't do anything. But before he dies, and just passes on out.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
And now on to Eleanor.
Did he just die, or did he? I mean, is he unconscious or is he dead?
I'll do a medicine check.
Okay, yeah, because I think Archan's gonna want to know before he dives in to check the guy's pulse. Okay.
Oh my. Can I join in on this too?
Yes.
Oh, since that was just a straight roll, that was a 3 from Archan. Yeah, he doesn't know. That was a 3 with modifier.
Okay, host, what?
Can I back him up because
sure.
Because I just rolled. What am I looking for again?
Medicine.
Is he dead? Did he die or pass out, or just pass out?
For me, that roll was at 20 plus the 2, that's 22.
Okay, so you
Okay.
definitely know that he's dead. Just straight up
He's
Well,
dead,
dead?
or at least mentally dead. He's
like
mentally
brain dead.
brain dead.
No, he's brain dead.
Yeah,
The body, for whatever, somehow is still active, but
Do we
the
have
soul is gone.
do we have a concept for that? Like, would our characters have
Yeah.
like an idea
Yeah.
of? Would we?
he's kind of just a vessel now. There's no soul, no conscience. He's just a living piece of flesh.
Basically, yeah, basically a flesh golem, but without having to, you know,
Well, I understand.
basically not Frankenstein's monster. Yeah.
I was asking
Yeah, that's
about
He's
something that-
basically like a warforged that hasn't been fully active.
Well, yes, I understand
yeah,
that. That wasn't what I
yeah.
was asking, but okay.
Would our characters understand? Yeah, I don't think Archan would. He would be like, "What the hell's going on? Like, what just happened?"
Well,
I don't know.
The machinery's running, but there's nobody behind.
yeah.
There's nobody behind the wheel.
I don't think Winley would know exactly the state, but I feel like Archan, after possibly consulting with um, Caster, would definitely know what the state is. And,
Yeah.
but let's focus on to Eleonora. As you fly towards the crack in the sky,
Yeah, and she's just going to stop like 100 feet above everybody else. She's not like getting it as close to it as possible. She's still approaching it with caution.
okay, roll me a D100 for an insanity.
Oh dear lord. 21.
Okay, so you are safe, but you do see like your vision gets covered up, and you just sense this feeling, this deep, like you see the universe all at once, going far, like throughout, like the worlds around you, and you get sort of a sense of it, and then it just rushes back into you, like this weird feeling that you can see everything at once for like a brief second, and it's a very, it's like you feel this hand going down your spine, like this unnatural, like what you feel. Were you like? Did you ever get in contact or get a feeling of a deity before? Were you there with? Oh yeah, you met Tamara.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Had a lovely chat. Told her to tell Timora she said hi.
Yeah. You.
Yeah.
Um. It felt like it's more higher feeling of what you felt when you met Tamora. Like it's something higher than that was creeping down your spine. This unnatural feeling of something that's not supposed to be.
I feel like in reaction to this, without even being fully conscious of it, Eleonora's wings would stop beating and she would just start like falling backwards down towards the ground.
All right. Uh, roll me in acrobatics because it's an instantaneous back feeling. Like right afterwards, it's like And you're currently okay. So I would say with your acrobatics and your knowledge of flying, you barely, like, 15 feet, you were able to catch yourself. Like,
Yeah, she just kind of like flips out of it, wings go out, hovers down to the ground, and as soon as she comes down, she's just got her head on her hand, like, what in the nine hells was that?
and with that, the portal gets slightly bigger.
Oh shoot!
As you
Uh,
see, as it opens on up, there's a shadow of an unnatural being looming on out.
do I see this?
Yeah, everyone sees it if you're looking right up towards it.
Yeah,
I
as
just
a
look. I just look up to where Alien. Is Eleanor still in the sky?
no,
Uh,
no, no, she
No, on
like,
the ground.
fell down like 85 feet and then kind of barely managed to flip herself out of it and come down
Oh,
to the ground,
okay.
and she's
Well,
like
I
on
just
a knee.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
as for me, I look up and I go, oh shoot. Guys, is it me or is the portal onto another world getting a little bit bigger?
I think about how far away did Nora land from from all of us?
She was like pretty close to directly above them. So she's when she comes down,
Okay.
she's like right beside y'all.
Okay, I think Archan probably would have heard her, land probably with a, because of how she caught herself. He heard her hit the ground and then would have turned from the. He doesn't know it's a corpse because I don't think he hasn't had a chance to ask Castor yet. But he would turn from what he presumes to be an unconscious body to Nora and start to reach out to her to make sure she's okay. Then hear Castor say what he said about the portal and look up. Go, ah, shit.
And as Eleonora
He's
looks
a
up,
mercenary. He
yeah.
doesn't he cusses. He's like, ah, shit.
And as Eleonora
Or whatever
looks
they
up
say.
at the portal,
Hey, JR's trying to
yeah,
talk.
yeah. As Eleonora's looking up at the portal, you can hear her say, you know all the stories of things that existed long before and beyond gods. I think one's trying to come and say hi.
and with that,
Oh.
out of the portal, you see this big ball of light fall on out. It's like a big beam of light hanging right sort of in front of you guys with thunder and cracks.
Oh no.
And there's a
Uh,
huge, like all the buildings and ground around where the light lands is immediately crushed.
guys, let's get out of here.
Not going to argue with that in the slightest.
And you see the light fizzle.
I was gonna say, sorry, you.
Yeah. Um, and you see this 12-foot being who looks neither young or old. Like neutral sort of facial. And he's wearing long, flowy, black, like obsidian black robes with like what you would like see in like you will imagine that he just ripped the sky, the night sky, and just wrapped it around him like an overcoat. And he has long braided hair, white hair, and a luscious white beard. And he looks over to each and every one of you. He's currently down the alleyway, and it's quite a while for him to get to you guys.
So Archan's definitely pulled up. Archan has, they just put his axe down where he should and pulled off his, strapped it on while this guy is, okay. I have no idea who you are, but I don't care. I'm gonna have my shield. So Ace.
Yeah, as for me, even though I see this being, I am not sticking around. I'm getting the heck out.
Are we fleeing then? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we don't want this guy coming down here and giving us the light of destruction.
And what? And as you try to run away, you bump into what you presume to be a pillar, but it's not. It's him.
What? Oh no. This is not good. Let's run the other way.
And before you can run away, he picks you up, Caster, by the back of your the shirt or whatever you're wearing. Seems like you. And he tosses you. Roll me D100.
Oh shoot.
Wait,
hold
someone's getting tossed?
Yes.
Okay.
Reaction, featherfall.
Oh, that's really good thinking.
And
hold on. What did
be...
you say to roll a D100?
Yeah.
I hope that this is good. 24.
24? You're in luck. He only tosses you 240 feet.
What?
And at that moment, Eleanor casts Featherfall on Cast.
Holy shit.
She just takes a feather off of her body.
Does it slow being thrown though, or does it only slow a vertical fall?
It's a falling rate. But as Caster flies through the air, he enters into a portal that exits right out to where you guys were. And he will take
oh god
/R3D 14 points of damage as her face slides through the thing. Actually 7.
So wait, thrown through one portal, but drops out another portal right in front of us?
Yeah, he does fly 240 feet, but there's a portal where he exits, and he's slides right on through.
Okay, hold on a second. As soon as Castor is within range, Eleanor would pluck a feather off of herself and cast Featherfall.
All right.
Right. I thought,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Which, here's what happens. Its rate of descent slows to 60 feet per round until the spell ends, which is a duration of 1 minute. And if he lands before the spell ends, he takes no falling damage and can land on his.
well,
That's good.
the man touches your finger before he casts it, and it dissipates, and he still takes 14.
What?
I see that you mortals have not learned anything over the past 10,000 years.
I learned how to try and save someone who is an ally of mine. Thanks for ruining that, by the way. Eleanor, between what happened with the portal and what's happening now, is just, she's legitimately angry.
Don't worry.
Like, about the only person around who would have seen Eleanor in this state of anger probably would have been Wenley.
Yeah.
And you see,
Yeah.
and you see that the man picks up his fingers, snaps, and you see that Castor looks just as fine as before he was tossed. So he
What?
does not take 14 points of damage. But
Or did he, but it vanished? Like it was healed or something?
yeah, it was healed.
Okay. Weird.
But
Winley jumps to her feet and yells out, I don't know who you think you are. Why are you doing this?
well, you see, I assume that you know of Chimera, especially you, Dragonborn. And you know what she asked you to do. You see, I did not want to wait any longer. And I want to test that little creature that you have at your home.
Test?
For its qualifications.
You mean the little goblin bab, don't you?
Yes.
You know, we're not toys for you to play with. Maybe you see us that way, but we see it quite differently.
Anyway, if you want our help, you'll have to offer something in return. That's how it works.
And Wenley, like, is clearly so terrified, but she's doing her best to, like, basically she's doing her best to, like, I don't know, stand up to this guy.
Well, I don't see why I need help from an halfling when I can just go there myself. As he
Eleanor is going to speak up here and say, you know, I saw what you are. I know what kind of being you are. You must be really, really, really freaking bored for you to go to these lengths to deal with, to do something yourself that could be just as easily done by mortals such as ourselves. We had, in fact, been doing a perfectly good job of taking care of this little goblin one, but no, you just had to be impatient, didn't you? Yes, the gods aren't all that unlike mortals after all, even ones as ancient and powerful as yourself.
You see.
And by the sound,
Damn.
And you see that he pulls up an eyebrow as you
Wenley's
go.
looking at Eleonora just like totally in love right now. Like, that was so cool.
And I think our chant chime. I don't know. By the
And he looks over to Eleonora, and hmm, seems like she has missed a new member. I know that normally Aarakocras such as yourself do not come to these parts often.
Yeah, well, blame that on my parents. God knows I do.
Ooh.
How about you tell me, since you know? Then what do you think I am? As he bends down and looks directly in your eyes, and you get the same sinking feeling as before. Yet, you see everything. You see the beginning and the end. You see everything in between. You see the death of everyone around you. You see
Shit.
cries. You hear cries. You see every last details of the worlds around you exploding, crushing under his hands like it's just pieces of a puzzle easily crunched right under his fist like it's just Play-Doh. And you see trillions of beings across all the known universe and beyond die in an instant. And that's
What
hush.
what can I roll to see if I can figure out a solid guess as to what this motherfucker is?
Religion.
Ayo.
Oh, good. It's one
Roll.
of my not so great skills.
Roll religion.
Nope.
Oh shit.
All she knows is that this is something very primordial, very old, and very, very arrogant.
Yes.
And she says as much.
Seems like this one has a mouth.
Yeah, she's great.
And it
Wenley
seems
looks like
like
so proud right now.
Archan would chime in at that and say, "See, like, well, I don't know nor, but it seems coward. You're so frightened by deal with strike.
You're cutting out a little on our end.
Yeah, of course, I figured.
There we go.
Yeah, I think basically Archan just called this guy, said he's a coward,
Hey,
intervened over a baby goblin.
I don't need to. I don't know your name, but quite frankly, I don't think freaking matters now, does it?
Well, you see.
Because what is a name but just a designation that people give you, or maybe a designation that you give yourself.
Some might call me the hidden one. Some
Huh.
might call me the Watcher. But you, arrogant little creatures, shall call me Lord Owl. A O. And I'm the one who will decide what happens to the little one. You see,
Well,
Clarification: you say owl as in A-L, L
A-O.
as in Luke, A-O, A-O. Okay.
Oh,
A-O.
I thought he told us his name was Al. Like this motherfucker comes down.
no,
Oh my thunder and
Eleanor's going
lightning
to call him
goes.
out.
You can
Eleanor's
call
going to
me
call him
Al,
out.
and I was
Yeah.
gonna be like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, what? Are you for real?
I know.
Eleanor's going to
Lord-
call him out anyway.
Do it.
It's like Lord A-O. Oh. Yeah, that's. I had a feeling. Out of character, I had a feeling. So this has to be A-O.
If you're
Well,
Dealing with a newborn god, it's got to be A-O.
Yeah, well, Winley doesn't know who this guy is, but fuck him, basically.
Oh, Archan's the same way. I think I know who you are, but you're being an ass.
Yeah.
try living for trillions of years. See how civilizations die and get born every few hundred years. And see how you will feel after seeing loved ones, peoples, creatures, universes that you have created get destroyed because of arrogancy. See how
self-absorbed prick.
I'm not impressed at all.
You think we haven't seen our own fair share of tragedy even in our shorter mortal lifespans? And I've got the shortest lifespan of all of us.
You're
Look,
you're
Mr.
right.
God or whatever you are, I'm sure you're very powerful and you could wipe us out all in an instant, but you don't understand mortals very well. If you just come to us and talk to us sensibly, I'm sure you'd find us quite willing to cooperate with whatever you want to do. But you're just coming around and swinging your dick around. Nobody's impressed by that at all. I mean, frankly, I've
Does
seen
he
better.
even have one? He's a greater god.
Well,
he is the god among gods.
Yes, yeah.
He doesn't need to have a dick.
you're
Let's face
trying
it.
to impress us with things we can't possibly understand, but you don't understand how to, well, make a good impression on people.
And all the things that came into my mind when you looked at me. You know what I thought? You know what I was thinking when all those things were coming into my mind? It's nothing I haven't seen before, albeit on a much smaller scale.
You know what? He's right. Everyone is right. You can't just take us down. Even if you take one of us down, even if you take everyone down, someone will always rise up and take back what is good. And you know what? I'd say that the resistance of us, we will definitely more than just take down monsters and gods. I'd say that we'll definitely take the world.
You talk about being high and mighty. And
That's
here
because
you
we
have a
are.
member talking about taking over a world.
That's
Yeah,
because there are good people here, not just bad. And
Oh,
when
what-
good people together rise up, we will take over any evil. That is what we possess. That is something that even you couldn't understand.
And Caston, if I may, I do understand what you're getting at, but honestly, I do think even that might be a little much for the moment. It is enough to say to Owl here, this grand and glorious god, that it really, really shows how little faith you have in, well, not even just mortals, but in your fellow gods, to try and just jump in and take over things by yourself. Come in, perform your divine divine magic show and try and spook us into just letting you do whatever you want. Now,
I'm not
admittedly,
really sure why you're here at all, except to, well, talk a lot about nothing really.
and I've never really been that much for worshipping any of the gods. I do have a loose connection to Timora and by extension Tomara because of my friendship, but there's hardly ever been any god that I can say that I've actually outright hated until now.
Well, I guess you do have a point. Enough with this banter. As he starts and turns around and walks towards the house. And as the camera pans away as he storms towards your house, there is. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Do you guys want to continue on? Because I do
Uh,
have a few more things I want to go through, but it's almost 2 hours.
I would say yeah. I mean, that's a yes. But that's
I don't know. That seems like a good place to leave it, but it's up to you guys.
I I mean, I could probably go for like about another half hour.
I don't know what we could get done in half an hour though.
I can certainly go.
Maybe half an hour, maybe one.
yeah.
Alright, so I do have more to do here. So, cut back to the camera. He go like each step he takes, the ground around him gives a huge crack. Houses, buildings, they're nothing to him. As if they're little toys for a girl to play with. And he gets to your house. And he reaches in. And he grabs. And he pulls out his hand. And he's currently holding Spaz. Yeah, he's currently holding Spaz. And inside the ruins on the top building, you do see Aponia sort of right in the corner, trying to reach over and try to grab Spaz. But she's currently hanging off by a needle and could fall off at
Oh no!
any moment.
Time for Featherfall.
I don't know. Am I in range to cast Featherfall?
Well, if we're seeing this, if we can see it with our eyes.
Featherfall has a range of 60.
Okay, well, then I need to get close.
Well, roll me in acrobatics, everyone, to try to get there. Or athletics, or if that is a skill.
Acrobatics for Ellie is a 22.
Alrighty. So yeah, you get there on like you would recognize that he is going there. And you get there just about when he would have gone there. And you see him pull out Spaz and he pulls his finger right above him and casts down an unknown um, magical effect around him. And he just disappears. However, Archan, roll me a D100.
Mm. Okay. Uh,
Because this will define what happens next. $51. You see that little spaz looks right at you. And you see that his face scrunches on up. Suddenly there's a green ball of energy flying on around him as he disappears, causing a huge explosion of green magical energy. And everyone in a 60-foot radius takes half of their health if they're not um, an ally. If not, you take no damage. Or take one hit point
What? An ally to who?
ally to him. So basically everyone in this party.
So, are you saying we do take damage or
You
do
do
not?
not take damage.
Okay.
If you are not an ally, you will take half of your HP, but that doesn't even matter since you are. So everyone in the immediate area that's not good in nature will be taking half damage.
So I'm safe?
Yep. And
Oh,
Spaz will suddenly disappear, not to be seen in his hand.
How about the centaur? The centaur girl. I'm sorry, I keep
Yeah,
forgetting.
I'm gonna
She's fine.
focus on saving her.
She
Well,
she
she said she was dangling from the rooftop.
yeah, she's currently in a corner and she's currently fine. But seeing that Spaz disappearing
Hmm.
certainly shocked her. It's like,
Well, I'm going to run to her immediately, obviously, and tuck her up in my arm.
alrighty. And with that,
And Eleanor will be just like a few steps behind.
alright.
Yeah.
Roll
and
me
so
a
will I.
As would Archan, for sure.
alright.
As for me as well, I will tend to when Ellie at the young girl's side.
Alright. So, each one of you are around a pony inside the building. And Lord Owl is currently standing on the outside, looking at his palm, scratches his palm, like the where little spouse was, flicks off whatever bits, like whatever residue of the energy off of his palm, and then turns around. I have seen enough. Now, if there's anything you guys want, to do. This is your
When
last chance.
Wenley's
What
just
happened?
ignoring this motherfucker, like ignoring him, only concentrating on Epi.
Well,
I think
I'd like for you to go screw off for one thing.
And if you're wondering what happened to the little one, he is certainly safe.
he better be.
And he
Or I swear, we will find a way to bring you down if he is not safe.
he looks towards you, and he looks towards the a little above your head. He's a good child. Make sure he stays like that for the next year, and I will be back. And her, he looks towards Anya. Yeah, seems like her father left a little more than what she needs. If you would like, I can take her powers away.
Wenley reacts at that. She straight up hisses, and she like this look of absolute protective fury on her face, and she just says, "She's not for you. Don't you
Eleanor,
touch her."
Eleanor is just going to look up at Al and go, "How dare you? How dare you? After all you did, all
Hold
that
on,
you have
guys.
done here.
Just go away. Just go away.
How dare you try to act benevolent now? You say you've lived for trillions of years. Don't you think that's been too long?"
Archen would draw his battle axe.
Wenley's just like, don't.
I mean, he's staring this guy in the eyes. It's like he's probably seeing everything that
Shit.
Nora saw, but he's just kind of looking this guy in the face. I'm willing to do it. You'll snuff me out, but I'm willing to do it.
There's a bit
You
of
want to threaten those whom I call my children.
there's a bit of irony here, Al.
And as you
With
draw,
your with your ability to see everything and every time that it's ever been, you lost perspective in the process.
we will see.
Ugh.
And as you draw your battle axe, Archan, you do feel a very, very familiar weight on top of your head. Make sure.
Does it feel like the weight of a baby goblin?
Mm,
Do I need to make a perception check?
yes.
Okay. Well, I've got. I mean, he has a passive perception of 15. Does that count?
Um, roll it.
Otherwise,
Roll it.
okay.
And
There you go. 22.
well, yes, you would recognize not only that this was the weight of a baby goblin, but also you would recognize that the shape of the little baby's butt cheeks, right on top
What?
of your
Damn
head.
thing is naked. Oh man. I go. At which point, I think Archan would just, put his battle axe back in the little hip hole, the little hip ring that he's got. Like, we need to give this thing some diapers.
Really?
You see, all I wanted was to test his abilities. to see if he had changed. If not, I would take him.
I'm
Wait,
so
hold
tired
on.
of hearing you go on. Just
Hold,
go away.
hold on a second.
Terrorize.
What in the nine hells do you mean if he's changed?
You see,
That's a good question.
he's the spirit of the former Lord of Mischief. And he takes out a little
Ah, crap. Yep.
um um a crystal. And it's a big crystal. Um it's about, uh 10 inches um in length, and it's like a big crystal of red glowing crystals, with like a black swirl in the middle. It's like this right here. It's majority of his powers, and he was the spirit of chaos. I want to make sure that he will learn his to control his powers. If by the end of the year, if he still has the same control, he will be coming back with me. If not, he will be staying on this plane forever. And he will just be a normal child.
All right, then. I believe you said everything that need to be said. Winley, cover Eponia's ears. I'm about to say a naughty word.
Winley just takes the baby and takes Eponia and takes them both downstairs. Just like so done with this guy. She just takes them both downstairs to get some food and just leaves.
All right, with that out of the way, now that you've done everything that you've needed to do and made an awful mess of things in the process, why don't you fuck off already?
I see that I'm not needed here anymore.
Oh my god.
You weren't needed to begin with.
No. I couldn't have put it better than she did.
And with
Oh, wait. I have a breath weapon. It won't do much, but don't make me use it. And Archan would turn away.
And as you turn,
Oh my god.
you see. Wait, let's see. I am list.
Wait a minute. And he would turn back and say, why is it? I'm not that smart. I admit that. I'm not that. I'm no wizard. I'm a fighter. I'm a mercenary. But why is it that you appeared right as someone else was about to be murdered by the same weapon that killed a friend of Winley's? That killed a friend of mine? What have you to do with that?
I do not know. However, this is what I can tell you. There is a man in this city, or more of a creature, trying to harness my kind of power.
Xanathar?
No. He's only
Okay,
a pawn
good.
in his
I want to kill him too.
He's only a pawn in this creature's game. However,
So you're saying that there's someone on far more powerful than Xanathar who made this weapon.
not only made, but he's trying to harness my powers.
Hmm.
Fortunately, he had temporarily stopped his plans.
Wait, that that portal, that cultist that we made him brain dead. Was he could he really be part of this creature's plan?
Yes.
Well, at least we did
Not
some good there.
However, he was an unwilling participant in
So
that.
he was forced. He was forced.
Yes.
Well, it seems that this Xanathar is not only a pawn in this game, but this otherworldly creature is the ruler or himself. He's the big boss. This
Pawns, bosses. Oh, I do love me a game of dragon chess.
Oh,
If you claim to be as powerful as you are, Ao, then you can give us the name of this creature for whom Xanathar is a pawn.
Archan, I know only that you're asking him directly, but if I may ask, do we have to prove ourselves to you to let us be worthy of hearing this name?
What proof do we need of this asshole? What proof do we need to give this asshole? I would think that the last 15 minutes of us calling him out on his bullshit should be proof enough.
yeah.
Yes.
Well,
If
all I
this
can tell
is one who. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
all I can tell you is that he does not have a name, but I can point you to a location.
Where is this location that you speak of?
He is currently he's
Yes.
currently in a place that you all are familiar with at some point. Not by you may not be there visited, but you all at some point would know.
Some
The Star
point.
Mill. The Star
The star.
Mount.
Star Mountain.
Son of a bitch.
The Star Mountain?
The
Yeah.
Star Mounts. As in the High Forest. As in where I grew up, Caster.
Wow. Now that's interesting. Is that a dangerous
As in the
place?
very mountains from whence Aarakocra came into this plane.
Oh, shoot.
Well, at least it's not that far away.
And
still.
one last thing.
What is it?
And he looks towards, Archan. That little girl, if you want to help her, have her come with you. There might be.
Do you mean to train her?
not to train her, but to help her.
Help her in what way?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Oh my god.
If you were the god who determine if you are the one who determines who becomes gods, then why can't you tell me how we are helping her? Because I will not sacrifice someone I consider my child.
You do not have to worry. You do not have to kill her.
What? Wow.
I'm,
Wow.
But
I'm sorry. Excuse
Yeah.
me.
This motherfucker.
you said sacrifice.
I'm back.
Hello, hello. You missed a whole lot.
Fuck!
Yeah.
How dare you not
Oh, Don, what's up?
John,
Long story short,
we
you
have
the
got to
cavalcade
get this
shouting
guy
at the guy.
away from our house. There's this asshole god just hanging around our house. We've told him to fuck off multiple times. He's just like, I'm just going to stand outside your house and talk to you about random stuff, but I'm not going to provide any useful information. And we've all told him to go away. And he's just like, there's just this god hanging around outside our house and won't go away. It's weird.
Yeah.
So
Metagaming.
long story short,
is-
it's been a lot of yelling at a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and metagaming, it's the overgod AO.
Oh,
We are bitching at AO.
Yeah, and like none of us give a shit. We're all just like, you're full of shit. You came down here to swing your dick around. We're sick of you. Bye. And he's just
Pretty much,
still
yeah.
there. I feel like
Archan even drew his battle axe. It's like, fuck you, man. Fuck you.
yeah, like we're all being so rude to him, and he's just still there. Just Winley just went inside.
It's like he doesn't give a shit. It's like I could swat you like flies.
But he doesn't, though. He's just like,
Whatever. Well, exactly. I mean, and actually, that kind of makes sense for AO. AO doesn't care about the lives of mortals. He cares about the ecology of the gods. That they work together and build a unified creation. But
like,
that's that's the theologian. If I was playing a wizard, that'd be the wizard in me going, well,
yeah, but like our characters are just like, wow, this motherfucker made a really bad impression. And
exactly, yeah.
And we're all just like, oh
Arjun's
my
like,
god,
fuck you, man.
fuck off, we hate you. And he's just like, no, I have
Actually, it's probably a good thing that Dawn was gone, so that Harky did not fireball AO at the first sign of him coming down out of the portal. Fireball.
I just read a story on Reddit about somebody who fireballed a god like several times in a row, and the god hella.
Oh man.
So it's a good thing Harky would have lost.
Oh man. But speaking of, Harky just shows up. Harky's now here. Is like, oh, there's a god. What does Harky do?
Yeah.
When they said, "Oh shit, we can't let Harky fight."
Tides of chaos. Tides of chaos with AO. Oh my.
Cupboard shoves Harky.
This is why I love you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you know what? What is Harky going to be doing?
Harky is just going to look at the god. It's like he's going to wave hi. Hi, can you go away, please?
Actually, he wants to tell Harky what happened to to his little one.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I don't want to be.
I'm just going to wash my talons of this whole thing right now.
So the god wants to talk to Harky.
Well, like, actually, yeah. Who actually wants to tell Don what happened to Spaz? Because I'm Assuming that, you know.
I think
Yeah.
Eleanor's a little too annoyed to speak very diplomatically, even to a friend of hers right now.
Trying to figure out how to turn the.
Oh,
Anywho.
Ah, there it is. Yeah, crap.
Um,
Okay, well, basically, Spaz, Striz. I thought we.
yes,
Oh
there is.
shit. Where did? Yeah, Striz. Sorry, I don't have my usual notes, so I'm using a steno pad. See, Striz. So apparently, Striz is the spirit of the former Lord of Mischief.
chaos.
I'm using my. Yeah, and chaos. Thank you. Yes, mischief and chaos. There's a crystal containing the majority of his power. Let's see. This power will be given to him if he can learn to control himself.
Hmm.
Otherwise, Striz will be left eternally on the material plane as a baby goblin. At least that's how Archan interpreted it, and how I did too. Let's see. And Striz. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, like, if he masters his powers, he's gonna go away to God school, and if he doesn't, he's just gonna become immortal, baby goblin.
Yep. Yep. But right before we all learned that, he was picked. Ao, his 12-foot avatar, walked up to the B&B that we're all trying to build, and stuck his hand in. And is he going to pay for the damages, on the roof to reach through the building and pick up Striz? That's my question. So he basically picks up Striz in his hands, and then Striz just goes, disappears.
Yeah.
Because Ao is testing him.
Or something. It was weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
And then at one point, not long after the dialogue, the monologue about, him being the reborn god of mischief and chaos, Orchan felt the weight of a baby goblin with no diaper, apparently, on his head. Like, really, we need to get this kid diapers. I'm sorry.
Diapers don't exist in the medieval era. Sorry.
Cloth diapers, swaddling clothes. I don't care.
Swaddling clothes work.
He's basically the baby Jesus. Okay, it's right after Christmas. I'll say it. Striz is the baby Jesus, but a goblin. He's uglier.
Then it's not smart to let a wild magic sorcerer kobold take care of, help a god of chaos control their power. That's not a
No.
good combination.
No. Yeah, basically, Harky is the last person we want to be the babysitter of Striz. But you work with what you got. We gotta go to the High Forest, to the Star Mount, apparently. So.
And he takes a look at you guys and bows, nods, and he just goes back into a light ball and just goes back up into the crack. However, the crack.
That is an asshole move. I'm pretty sure that's an asshole move. Is that an asshole move? I'm pretty sure that's an asshole move.
I mean, you can't spell asshole without AO.
Oh!
Yes! Yes!
Alright, Jared, just one day.
Pun of the year. Yeah. Right off the bat. Yes. Yeah. I love it.
During the bow, Harky would have flexed. Like, bow? Flex.
And with that, let's end. Before we go, actually, what would Harky like to do in the last minute of our stream?
Alrighty. before heading out, Harky would actually like to spend his time doing something to the bed and breakfast roof.
Okay.
Might take him a little while, but mending.
All right. So
Thank you.
you are able to repair every single thing as fast as possible. But being Harky, you
Ah,
went a
shit.
little overboard and
Oh,
decide to make the roof have a split um an almost splitting image of you. Like the wood and stuff looks kind of like you.
So,
So
in case any passing wizards flying by see it, they can say, "Oh, hey, we know that guy. We can stay there."
yes.
I like this.
And with that, we do end our stream today. I appreciate you guys coming back for
Oh
sort of
shit.
season 2 of this. I cannot wait to see how you guys will
Mm.
go and
Among many things, I have a strange feeling we're going to be taking a road trip to Loudwater.
and
Yes, I'm actually looking forward to it, but
yeah. Um,
in character and out of character.
with that, let's go through everyone here. Um, who wants to go first?
Mm.
Hi, I'm JR, aka Mistress Bird, JR Kyle, various different social things, Casual Shadow JR, and I am the snarkiest bird girl that you ever heard.
Damn straight.
Yep. Oh, I loved it. That was great.
I'm Shoe Pixie everywhere. I make role playing games. That's it.
And you can find me as RPG Theologian on Discord and Twitter. I'm a full-time PhD student in theology and religious studies. Actually, I have a couple book reviews coming out, so I'm going to be doing that over the next couple months. But otherwise, I just kind of hang out, and I love playing with this crew. I have been so looking forward to it after our 2 week 3 week, 2 or 3 week hiatus. I've lost track, and it was awesome. Can't wait to join everybody again.
Yay!
Yep.
As for me, name's Logan. I'm from Castor Belmont. I'm staying, and I'm out of here.
Well, he's not wrong.
Yep.
And I am Asmodan412. I normally go by Don because that name apparently is fucking hard to pronounce. And you can find me at the Imperial Inquisition on Steam, or I'm fucking around in World of Warcraft. You can always ping me at Asmodan412. That is AZ Modan412 at 902. And that about covers it for me.
And it's me, the lovely DM. The person who loves playing with these lovely sons of bitches each week. Because it gives me something to look forward to. And they make my life 10 million times better.
Woohoo!
And you can.
D&D,
Yep.
new depression
We
watch.
try.
um, and you can find me, Eamon Doctor, here doing this game each week. During sort of the same time. And I might do some other streams later on. I don't know. I keep promises, but this is the only thing that's solid in my life at the current moment. So, yeah. So, thank you all for coming, and I will see you all next time.